This is Adam, and he suffers from gout. Try Ural. It helps to prevent crystallization of uric acid crystals in gout therapy. Ural, effective urinary alkalinizer for gout.
Hello, I'm Kimilia, and this is KiniNews. An Umno leader has dismissed rumours of members wanting the party to exit the coalition government after Najib Abdul Razak was given only a partial pardon in his jail sentence. Its Secretary General admitted that many were not happy with the decision, but said that the topic of leaving the government was not raised.
Umno Secretary-General Asyraf Wajdi Dusuki has denied that some grassroots leaders want to quit the party to exit the coalition government over Najib Abdul Razak's pardon issue. Speaking to reporters this afternoon, he admitted that many Umno leaders and members were unhappy that the former Premier did not get a full pardon. However, Asyraf said he has not received any such message or suggestion from party leaders about exiting, including during his closed-door briefing with Umno Division Chiefs on Sunday.
Dalam perjumpaan tersebut, saya yang mempengerusikan pertemuan dengan Presiden. Presiden bercakap dan tidak ada seorang pun yang mempertikaikan ataupun menuntut untuk kita keluar ke, sebab pelik juga kenapa nak keluar, sebab ini bukan kuasa mana-mana parti, ini kuasa yang di-Pertuan Agong. Nak marah siapa? Kan? Sebab UMNO adalah parti yang mempertahankan isu Raja-Raja Melayu. Masa kita menjunjung titah yang di-Pertuan Agong untuk mewujudkan kerajaan perpaduan.
Earlier today, Malaysia Kini reported that several UMNO division leaders were absent from the Sunday briefing with Party President Ahmad Zahid Hamidi, believed to be due to their disappointment over the Pardons Board's decision. Free Malaysia Today had also claimed that several UMNO division leaders had called for the party to exit the government and expressed their unhappiness with Prime Minister Anwar Ibrahim for failing to help Najib. Meanwhile, Asyraf added that while they respected the decision, there is still room for them to appeal for a full pardon for Najib.
Earlier, it was reported that several UMNO members didn't turn up for a briefing with Zahid on Sunday because they were disappointed with the Pardons Board decision.
Several UMNO leaders were absent from a divisional-level closed-door meeting with Party President Ahmad Zahid Hamidi on Sunday. This is believed to be due to their disappointment over the Federal Territories Pardons Board's decision. When contacted by Malaysia Kini, several division leaders said they were not interested in hearing an explanation from Zahid in the meeting. A divisional leader who backed Najib and chose to remain anonymous said they didn't attend the meeting and was not interested. Zahid held a closed-door meeting with UMNO division heads to explain the Pardons Board's decision on Najib's sentence. A total of 145 out of the 191 division chiefs attended the meeting held at the World Trade Center, Kuala Lumpur, which means 46 were absent. Meanwhile, Petaling Jaya Division Chief Mutalif Abdul Rahim said that in the meeting, Zahid called on divisional leaders to continue supporting him in delivering justice to Najib. He said they all respected the decision made by the young di-Pertuan Agong and would use legal means to defend the former Prime Minister. According to him, Zahid said that they should respect the decision. However, he said they will continue to be steadfast, uphold love and fight for justice for Najib. He told Malaysia Kini that hopefully one day he will get the justice he deserves and everyone is confident.
The wife of former Sarawak Governor Taib Mahmud has taken to social media to defend herself against claims of abduction. Raghad Taib claimed she had permission to take her husband out of hospital.
The wife of former Sarawak Governor Taib Mahmud has denied that she took him out of hospital against doctors' advice. In an Instagram story post, Raghad Kurdi Taib said this was not true and claimed to have proof in the form of a handwritten nurse's note. Taib was reportedly being treated at the Norma Medical Specialist Centre's intensive care unit in Kuching. According to the note shared by Raghad, doctors were aware of a request to bring Taib home on Saturday, but the doctors said an infusion needed to be completed before discharge. At 2 p.m, the note records Taib's vitals at the time and ends with the remark, awaiting for discharge. According to a police report purportedly lodged by a doctor, Raghad allegedly removed all medications attached to Taib without alerting hospital staff late on Saturday. He was then put in a wheelchair and brought out of the hospital. The report was lodged hours after the incident and confirmed by the police. On Sunday, one of Taib's family members lodged a second police report based on the first report. According to the second police report, none of Taib's siblings or 4 children were made aware of his current whereabouts and health condition. Police are investigating the case under Section 336 of the Penal Code for rash or negligent acts that endanger human life or the personal safety of others.
Meanwhile, Taib's daughter refused to comment on the incident but pleaded for prayers for her ailing father.
Hanifa Haja Taib, the youngest daughter of former Sarawak Governor Taib Mahmud, called for prayers for her ailing father. The Deputy Economy Minister said this when asked about Taib's latest condition, following his reported treatment at the Norma Medical Specialist Centre's Intensive Care Unit in Kuching. Hanifa, however, declined further comments on speculations surrounding her father's status, including a reported alleged abduction by his wife, Raghad Kurdi Taib. Yesterday, the police confirmed ongoing investigations under Section 336 of the Penal Code for rash or negligent acts that endanger human life or the personal safety of others. The probes were based on 2 separate police reports, one lodged by a doctor who alleged that late Saturday night, a close family member had removed all medications attached to Taib without alerting hospital staff. He was then put in a wheelchair and brought out of the hospital. In an Instagram story last night, Raghad denied she had abducted Taib from his hospital ward and claimed to have proof of permission to discharge him in the form of a handwritten nurse's note. Separately, Raghad, in an open letter to Sarawakians, told them to not believe in any rumours about her. She said her only concern at the moment is the well-being of her husband. Raghad also requested a stop to all assumptions and malicious accusations towards her, as the priority at this point is only to take care of Taib.
Bersih is mulling organizing a protest following the reduction of Najib's prison sentence and reduced fine. The electoral watchdog is expected to make an announcement tomorrow.
Bersih has not ruled out the possibility of holding a street protest against the reduction of former Premier Najib Abdul Razak's prison sentence. The electoral watchdog's chairperson, Muhammad Faisal Abdul Aziz, told Malaysia Kini they are heading in that direction but need to build up the momentum first. Bersih will be holding a press conference on the matter tomorrow, along with other civil society organisations as well as student and youth groups. Last Friday, the Pardons Board announced its decision to halve Najib's jail time from 12 years to 6. It also reduced the fine on the former Premier from 210 million ringgit to 50 million ringgit. Bersih had slammed the partial pardon, saying it would affect the Rakyat's perception of the judiciary. In a statement, the group said that the fact that the federal court upheld Najib's SRC international conviction, his 12-year jail term and 210 million ringgit fine showed that Najib had indeed stolen the country's money. Najib was locked up in Kajang prison after being convicted in the 42 million ringgit SRC international corruption case. After Najib's conviction, former leaders of Bersih 2.0 thanked Malaysians who took to the streets in the watchdog's rallies to protest despite the various threats and challenges lobbed against them by the then government.
A former PKR leader has expressed his disappointment with the lack of support for Tony Phua, who is being investigated under the Sedition Act. Surendran dubbed the silence as shameful and criticized Anwar for not fulfilling his promise to scrap the act.
Former PKR Vice President N. Surendran has lamented the silence from Pakatan Harapan and DAP lawmakers on the sedition probe against Tony Phua. In a post on X, he dubbed the silence as shameful and remarked that his old comrades have sunk low. He said this in response to Phua being investigated under the Sedition Act 1948 over his Facebook posts criticizing the Pardon Board's decision to reduce Najib Abdul Razak's prison sentence. Previously, Inspector General of Police Razaruddin Hussein said Phua's remarks were seditious for criticizing the Yang di-Pertuan Agong's power to grant pardon and inciting others to hate the royal institution. Yesterday, the former Damansara MP was questioned for more than an hour at the Bukit Aman Police Headquarters in Kuala Lumpur and later had his laptop seized. DAP chairperson Lim Guan Eng, who was among several party leaders who accompanied Phua, refused to comment on the matter, saying he would convey his views through the party's internal channels. Meanwhile, Surendran also posted a picture of himself and Anwar Ibrahim taken years ago while they were in the opposition, condemning the Sedition Act. He wrote that promises were easily made but forgotten after being in power. Harapan, in its electoral manifesto for the 15th general election in 2022, had promised to repeal the Sedition Act.
In other news, MCCC is not leaving any stone unturned as it investigates deals with Spanco in the 1990s. Its chief said former prime ministers and finance ministers will be called up to assist with investigations.
MCCC will probe individuals involved in the awarding of contracts to procure and maintain the government's fleet of vehicles to Spanco Surendran Berhad in the 1990s. Berita Harian quoted its Chief Commissioner Azam Baki as saying that whoever was involved then, including the then Prime Minister and Finance Minister, will be called up to have their statements recorded to see what they know. According to Azam, the focus of MCCC's probe into Spanco was on how the company had been consistently getting the fleet maintenance contract, as well as the issue of the cancellation of the offer to another company despite the latter offering a lower price tag. The MCCC has reportedly spoken to more than 20 individuals and frozen more than 80 company and individual accounts. It is worth noting that Spanco has been the sole company to hold a concession to supply and maintain government vehicles since the 1990s. Yesterday, Prime Minister Anwar Ibrahim pledged decisive enforcement action, including by the MCCC and the Inland Revenue Board, in the fight against corruption and misappropriation. He cited the Spanco case as an example of the government's determined battle against graft. Last month, MCCC raided the house of a tycoon as well as officers of companies affiliated with the business person as part of a probe into Spanco. Documents on 100 private and corporate accounts were reportedly seized for investigation during the raid.
And that is all from me today. For more stories, you can go to Kinitv.com. You can also follow us on Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, and Facebook for the latest news updates. If you'd like to support independent media, do consider subscribing to MalaysiaKini.com. I'm Kimilia. Thanks for watching.